everyone, 여러분 안녕하세요. I'm 서미소랑 from FunPik, where it's all about having fun while preparing for your TOPIK. Fun TOPIK, FunPik. Now in Topic 1, questions 34 to 39 are of a very similar format. It's about choosing the correct word to fill in the blank. Now of the 6 questions, 1 will always be about a noun, 1 or 2 about adjectives, 1 about a postposition, 1 about an adverb, and 1 or 2 on verbs. Today we'll look at the one asking about an adverb. All right, so this is how it appears in the topic. You have the instruction, example question and answer, questions 34 to 39. The questions are worth 2 or 3 points each. As I mentioned before, one of the 6 questions from 34 to 39 is about an adverb. In this particular test, it is question 37, but it can be anything from 34 to 39. And for each question, there are 2 sentences, one with a blank, one without, and the point is to choose an option that best fits into this blank to complete the sentence. Okay, let's zoom in on this part, the instruction and the example question and answer. From questions 34 to 39, 보기와 같이, like the example being this, 괄호에 들어갈, to go into the parentheses or blank, 가장 알맞은 것, the most appropriate one, 고르십시오, choose. In other words, choose the most appropriate word to fill in the blank using the example as reference. Now the example question is always about nouns, so let's go straight to an adverb question that came up in the actual 64th topic. Now, this is topic's recommendation for solving this step by step. Number 1, read the sentence without the blank. Then read the sentence with the blank. Go through the options, see which one best fits into the blank, read it out, sound it out, and see if it sounds okay. So let's do that. Sentence without the blank. 저는 보통 버스를 탑니다. I usually take the bus. Okay. Read the sentence with the blank. 지하철을 탑니다. I take the metro or subway. Now think, if you usually take the bus, how would you take the subway? It would be less than 50%, right? So let's go through the options. 가끔 지하철을 탑니다. Sometimes. Sometimes is less than 50%. Sounds good? Let's continue on. 빨리 지하철을 탑니다. Quickly. 아주, very. 항상, always. So the correct answer is 가끔, sometimes. If you usually take the bus, you probably sometimes take other modalities such as 지하철. So let's put it into the blank, see if it sounds okay. 가끔 지하철을 탑니다. Sounds right, doesn't it? So number 1 is the correct answer in this case. All right, time for some 꿀팁. Some study tips from FunPik. The best way to prepare for this question type is to study a list of adverbs that have most frequently appeared in past topics. For example, these ones. 가끔, sometimes, 아까, earlier, 아주, very. And this is an example of how the adverb might appear as part of the 2-sentence question in the test. 뭐, 아까 친구를 만났습니다. I met a friend 아까 earlier, and so on. And some more. 아직, yet, 자주, often, most, 제일. Now I've just shown you 6 adverbs with their corresponding example sentences. In our textbook we have many more, a total of 29 adverbs and example sentences. So be sure to pick up a copy and go through the list to make your study sessions a bit more efficient. Okay, so using these tips, let's solve 2 more questions and I'll show you how these 꿀 tips come in handy. First, this question from the recent 60th topic. The question without the blank first. 우리 형은 농구 선수입니다. Breaking it down. 우리 형. Our older brother. 농구 선수. Athlete, basketball. So my older brother is a basketball player. 키가 height, blank, 큽니다 is big. Okay, so if you are a basketball player, how might you be tall? Let's think about that and go through the options. 아주 큽니다. If you're a basketball player, you are very likely to be very, very tall. So that is the correct answer, but let's continue on. 키가 아직 큽니다. The height is still big. It doesn't make logical sense at all. 키가 가끔 큽니다. The height is often, sometimes. So that's to do with the frequency. The height is sometimes big. 먼저, first. The height is first big. Does not make sense at all. So the most appropriate post position here is 아주, very. His height is very big. In other words, he is very tall. Let's pop it into the blank and see if it reads okay. 키가 아주 큽니다. It does make sense. Sounds pretty good. So that is the correct answer, number 1. Let's do another one. From the 52nd topic, worth 2 points. First, the sentence without the blank. 저는 사과 주스를 좋아합니다. I, 사과 주스, apple juice. 좋아합니다. Like. I like apple juice. Now read the sentence without the blank. 그래서, therefore, so, something, 마십니다. Drink. Let's think about this. I like apple juice. So, I, something, drink it. Well, if you like something, how would you drink it? Let's see the options. Number 1, 자주, often. This makes sense, right? If you like something, then you're more likely to drink it often. 아마, maybe, 제일, 그래서 제일 마십니다. You might think this is the right answer, so you drink it, 그런데, but for this to work, it has to be 그래서 제일 많이 마십니다. You need another word in the sentence. So this one won't be it. And another option, 아까 마십니다. So I drink it earlier? Doesn't make sense. So the correct answer is 자주. Let's put it into the blank and see if it reads okay. 그래서 자주 마십니다. Sounds pretty good. The correct answer is number 1. All right, let's wrap up. Review time. You can take a screenshot of this. Question type 5 is about choosing the correct adverb to fill in the blank. And remember, you can solve more questions on the FunPik app and textbook as well. The tip, read the sentence without the blank, then the one with the blank, and identify its verb or adjective. Choose the adverb that best completes the sentence. And you have to be familiar with the most commonly used adverbs, including the following that you see on the screen. All right, let's see if you've really understood this question type. I'll leave you with a question to solve by yourself. Please take a look at it and leave your answer in the comments down below. All right, guys, that is a wrap. I'll see you next time. 다음 수업에 만나요. Bye-bye.